meet you too.
Gina, like, what?
Yes, I get that every time. That was like my like in high school. People were like Gina every single time. I do nothing and they still like yell at me. But anyway.
So, what is your life story?
Life story. So I am a part of like the group of people that unfortunately was in their senior year right when COVID hit. So technically I graduated, but I didn't get a graduation. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And so I have my bachelor's in East Asian Studies, and I speak Japanese, and which means I also got to study abroad in Japan. And I'm not sure if you know, there are like 0.02 black people in Japan. So I told basically pretty much almost all of my other like people who were in the same program as me, they're either white or also Asian. There were literally only 2 other black girls, no black boys, only 2 other black girls, and then I think 1 Latino boy, and that was it. So we were basically unicorns in Japan. Like one of the places that we had at the school that I went to was like it wasn't really a library, it was just like one big study hall. That building was just mostly just for studying and then like meeting up with like your study group or whatnot, and they had a little cafe in there as well, which was really nice. And like other colleges, they have like high school kids come through to like just take a look at the college, trying to get the kids to come to that place. And on the, like the second level, I'm sitting there with my friends that I made during study abroad speaking in Japanese. And like 87 Japanese high school students who've probably never seen a black person in real life, only on TV, and probably only under that circumstance of like entertainment, have never seen a black person in real life. Like that's how rare it is in Japan. And so like while I'm speaking to them, and they're all looking at me, all of them, the entire line of I don't know how many high school students, all staring at me. And of course I'm like trying to stay calm, like I don't want to spook them or anything like that, because of course a lot of what they see of Black America is represented by white media, so it's not always a good thing. So now I had to take it upon myself to like set an example, even though I shouldn't have to. That's a lot of weight I have to bear as like the what is that, even 1/4 of the ethnic population of my study abroad group. But what else could I do? I don't want them to see black people the way the white media shows it. I keep shaking the table, sorry.
Do you have any tips for anyone on how to adjust to different cultures? Because you seem to, how was it assimilating into another culture? Like, how did you initially feel? Like,
it was very difficult. It's very difficult. Like people, I also went abroad to Korea one time, and people in those places have no qualms of just taking a photo of you. Just right out. Does not matter. You're walking down the street, you're in Starbucks, you're buying groceries, does not matter. They will take a photo of you. They don't ask. They don't like, hey, can I have a photo with you? Have a photo of you. They will just take a picture.
But it's probably out of curiosity.
Yeah, most of it is more just out of pure curiosity and naivete, but not like ignorance and hate. Because again, there's very, very, very little black people in Japan. It's a very homogenous country. And like one of the things that I had to face when I decided to study East Asian culture, specifically traditional Japan, is that a lot of people are like, this is not your culture, like why are you learning it, why are you investing your life in it? Like, because I want to. Like just because I'm black doesn't mean I have to dedicate my life to the study of blackness, because I am blackness. I have like the right to branch out into other places. Like how come you don't ask Susan why she wants to learn Japanese? Exactly. Yeah.
Don't question yourself.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I had to go through. I guess this is probably like one of the negative experiences I've had before. Like in middle school, unfortunately I had the terrible nickname of Oreo. I'm not sure if you know what that means. You know, black on the outside wants to be white on the inside. Literally just because of the way I speak. And I went to like a school in Harlem. And they were like, why do you talk like that? I was like, I talk like this because I talk like this. What is
black people can't just be naturally eloquent, right?
Exactly. Like in order for me to identify as black or just be black, exist as black, I have to be a certain way. And it kind of just like made me feel like an outlier in middle school, kind of followed me into high school as well. like I wasn't black enough. Like I had to prove my blackness. And it was even worse because even since middle school, I was into East Asian culture. I was in like a K-pop dance group. I read manga, and it wasn't until recently, like the what is that? The black weed became like not like no longer a social pariah. Like it's getting more acceptable to be a black weed, because it's always seen like something white people enjoy. Like you can't be that off the mainstream as a black person. Like you have to stick within like our cultural onset of like I rarely listen to rap, rarely listen to English rap actually. So like it was having to get past trying to prove myself as black in both black America and not even America at all. And like protecting that blackness in not America.
Trying to fit into that box that they oftentimes put black people in, but it's like I don't want to be in this box. I want to be me.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you found freedom. You were able
Oh yeah, I got kind of. Like another thing is I had no black friends in college, none, and it wasn't really out of choice, kind of, because up until then, middle school, high school, I was already ostracized by my fellow black community, so I just did not feel comfortable to enter those black spaces. Even though they had them, they had a lot of like groups just celebrating the black community at my school, which was really nice. And it felt like my school was like actually putting effort into making students feel welcome. Go Bobcats, Bates Bobcats. But I just never felt comfortable enough to enter those spaces. Like they had like dances and events celebrating like Latina culture, African culture, being from the Caribbean islands and stuff like that. But I never went.
I feel like it's very important for people to really know and focus on the fact that even though we have all these points of separations by races and skin, the tone of our skin color and all that, at the end of the day, I feel like we really are all one through the body of Christ, through Jesus Christ in particular. But his original name really is Joshua. His original name. A lot of people don't know originally where he's really from, which is in Judea, which is in Africa. A lot of people don't understand the history because like white supremacists, they whitewash everything. So it just pretty much like our history gets buried under the ground. Like no one really knows who they are. So it turns out to us like the double cautiousness of a black man, like or a black woman trying to see themselves. Then I feel like that's what you was going to see yourself what you really were versus what the world sees.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? And like you found yourself, and I think it's really cool that you were able to travel abroad in your whole culture.
It took me a long time to like figure out who I was and how to be comfortable in myself, not just as a black person, but as like a person who just so happens to be black.
Exactly.
Because that's who I am, but that's not the entirety of my identity, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't make the rule, you just did it to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was great meeting you.
It's nice to meet you as well.